Hi, this is Rabbi Chaim Kaufman, and I'm making this special video about an absolute desecration of God's name that's about to take place in a number of days in Boca Raton, Florida, in this modern Orthodox synagogue that's run by Rabbi Ephraim Goldberg, who's bringing Matthew Kelly, a known missionary, proud known missionary. All you have to do is search him out on YouTube. Now, he's coming to speak in the synagogue as a motivational speaker. So the claim may be, well, all right, we understand, he's a missionary, but he's coming in not to speak about that. Now, let's analyze. Even if he doesn't come to speak about that, and he's coming in as, quote-unquote, a motivational speaker. First of all, look at this guy's track record, right? It's pretty clear what he has as an agenda. So even if he comes in and he's not going to speak about that, you don't think he's going to leave pamphlets, leave business cards. You don't think he's going to try and trap people as he, gets his foot in the door. Well, we don't have enough Jewish motivational speakers around that you could bring into a synagogue. You got to bring this guy in, as a motivational speaker when the guy's a known missionary. How in the world can you bring someone in? Even if that's not his agenda now, you don't certainly think it's what he's gonna try and do, what he's gonna try and infiltrate, while he's there. So why in the world you giving him a foot in the door? It doesn't make any logical sense. There should be other people you can bring in. You don't need to bring, you don't need to bring someone who's, whose goal is to bring Jews out of the fold and to bring them closer, or certainly convert them. I mean, billions of dollars. That's what they're using their money for, is to try and find, a few Jews. But this is what this guy's born and bred to do. So you're bringing him in, you're bringing him in to rally the masses, to give them strength, to give them inspiration. What have you gone cuckoo? What are you, out of your mind? You're bringing someone who's an Ovdei Avodah Zarah, right? And mostly everybody agrees Christianity is idolatry. And if it's idolatry, you're bringing a known idolater who wants to spread that idolatry within the synagogue, even if that's not what he's speaking about. Why in the world would you give this guy a soapbox? Why would you give him a platform to speak? So every one of us has to be out there, calling up the synagogue, showing outrage, calling the Baistins in Florida, all over, coming out against this, and stopping people from coming, as much as we can. We need to get the word out. This is an absolute disgrace. Imagine a synagogue is a house of God. It's a house where we don't have a temple in existence today. We're supposed to draw ourselves closer. We're supposed to inspire others through classes, through prayer, to want to be closer to God, right? That's the inspiration that we need. We don't need some missionary, bozo coming in and spewing whatever he's spewing, even if it has nothing to do with being a missionary, right? Eventually, that's what he's going to do. That makes logical sense. Pass out a bunch of flyers, bunch of cards, right? Eventually get his foot in the door, make some connections. Well, he's just going to go around speaking about that. Maybe there he's going to, but he's not going to leave the door closed, right? That's not what these people do. That's in their blood. It's in their veins. I got an opportunity. Imagine what this guy's thinking. I got a golden opportunity. I'm going to a big synagogue. I'm going into a big synagogue full of Jews. Okay, I agree not to speak about, JC, and I'm not there, to prove anything, within, Catholicism and everything it stands for. But you're giving this guy a platform. Why in the world, again, we'll say it again, why in the world are you giving this guy a platform? This is an absolute outrage. It's a disgrace. And everybody should come out against it. That's what needs to be done. We can't just sit back and say, well, that's just the way it is, and look what they're doing. And no, people have to be warned. This guy has an agenda. Even if he's not speaking about it, he's got a clear agenda. Go look him up. That's what he does. And you're going to bring him in to such a holy place. We don't have a Beis Hamikdash. We don't have a temple today. But no, we're going to let a Christian missionary come in, walk through the door, stand with his back to the Sefer Torah, the holy Sefer Torah, and spew and be inspirational. Wow. You know, I'm jealous of this person's Olam Haba, what he's going to get. Or the other side. So, make no mistake. Make no mistake. Idolatry is one of the 3 cardinal sins every Jew has to give up their life for. Anytime, any place. So if somebody says, I want you to bow down to this short little fat guy, or this guy like hanging on a stick, Mr. JC, that you have to give up your life for. Anytime, any place. And how many Jews would rather die and have been killed in inquisitions, in pogroms, rather than kiss the cross or bow down to it? So if that's true, which we know it to be true, you know, if that's true, you're going to let this guy walk in the door? You're going to give him a platform? You're going to give him, you're going to put him on a soapbox? And you're going to let him go on and on? Inspire the masses? Doesn't make any sense. I'm always fond of saying that fact is greater than fiction. You know, fact sells. Fiction, okay, you got to make it up. You know, you have to be innovative. You know, you got to be creative. You know, but you let somebody walk in the door, you know, into such a holy place. You know, you got Sidurim there, you got prayer books. You have Chumashim, the 5 books of Moses. You got Talmudic books. You have the Torah itself. And you're allowing this guy to speak. I don't know what more else, you know, there is to say except that, you know, their phone lines should be flooded. Bastin's phone lines, letters, emails should be flooded. This thing should stop. It never should have started. You know what? We should leave our minds as open so our brains fall on the floor. That's what the modern Orthodox want. You know, look, we're so open-minded. We're even letting a missionary come and speak. Woo! What a tremendous thing. You lost your mind? Yeah, I think you did. You absolutely lost your mind. Because, you know, you look at Jewish history. You know, I can't even imagine people would come there. And if you're listening and you were thinking about coming there, well, think twice. Look at Jewish history. Look what the church has done. Look how many pogroms. Look how many inquisitions. And then you're going to let someone walk in the door and hand out his flyers and his cards and have him give them the ability to influence others? No, that's just stupidity. It's what we call when I was in camp many years ago, you know, we call that a travesty of a mockery of a sham. And it's even more than that. It's a chilul Hashem. Everybody go out there, ram the phones, call the synagogue, put it up on Facebook, Instagram, put it all over, and put a tremendous amount of pressure so this bozo doesn't have a place to speak in such a holy place.